Live. Okay, it's live now.
It's live now? Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Behind the Crosshairs. So this is a new interview series here that I'm going to do, and I'm starting this first one off with Formal from Dynasty, but just the reason behind what this stream is going to do and what this interview series is just really to get to know the player behind the controller. We always just know them at face value. We don't really know what they do behind the scenes or who they really are as a person, so that is what I am here to do, and I'll be covering all FPS in the console, and that's why we're here, because esports kicks ass, and we have to somehow compete with, the PC world, because they are dominating. So without further ado, Formal, thank you for joining me, my friend.
Thanks for having me.
So, Formal, to be honest, I know very little about you. Could you start us off with your age and where you're from?
Well, my name is Matthew Piper. I'm 16. I live in Orange County, California.
You're 16. I had no idea. I thought you were at least 19.
No, I'm a youngin'.
Okay.
16 years old.
So you're still in high school?
Yeah, I'm a junior in high school.
Wow. So you just now got your driver's license?
Yeah, I got it in the summer.
Nice. So do you have plans on going to college?
Yeah. I'm not sure where I want to go yet, but I kind of want to go out of state.
Hey.
I want to get out of California. I feel like I'm in a bubble.
I thought everyone loved California.
Oh, no, it's great. Trust me. The grass is greener, but I would rather be exploring somewhere else, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I got you. Well, you're welcome to come to the East Coast.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, actually.
It's not like the best, but it's okay. It gets the job done. So, I mean, I will welcome you with open arms. But
I have family back there.
So, Formal, outside of the gaming world, what kind of hobbies do you partake in?
Well, I like to play baseball. I like to hang out with my friends, spend time with the family, all that good stuff.
Gotcha. Now, you were talking to me, and this is the problem with talking to a caster, so I apologize. Now, you were telling me that depending on how you do at the National Championship will dictate whether or not you play competitively anymore. Do you just miss your social life? Is that really what it comes down to?
Yeah, it's a mixture of missing my social life and thinking if I want to keep going to the events. I was talking to some friends that I haven't really talked to in a long time a couple days ago, and it made me really realize the past couple months I haven't really talked to them, and I really do miss it. This game takes up a lot of your time, and you make a lot of sacrifices, but I mean it's paid off recently. But before that, I really did want to go back.
But I mean, you love the competitive aspect of the game, though, correct?
Oh, I love the competitive aspect.
So it's just trying to figure out how to balance the two.
Yeah, the problem with me was I would just shun them, and I would just accept Halo with open arms and just only play Halo and just get the best I could, but I just would leave them out, it sucked.
Yeah, we always see as, it kind of does happen that way. It always is weird to balance friends and gaming, especially when you're competing at the caliber you are. But so now, speaking of gaming, this is a perfect transition. I didn't even have it written. I got to remember this. This was good. You got your first tournament win. Congratulations.
Yeah.
How did that feel? What was that like? I remembered mine, but it doesn't. Who cares about me? I'm old and washed up. You or why we're here?
As most pros say, it's unexplainable, and it's pretty cliche. It's it didn't really hit me till later in the night when I was just spending time with the team. Hey, I just won the tournament. We came out here, we did the absolute best we could, and we got the best placing. It's an amazing feeling. You don't know it till you get it. It's crazy. Yeah,
I mean, you guys dominated, and you are my little rock star. So finally, after 4 events of cheering for Dynasty, they pick you up, and finally I get my tournament win. And now I am biased, so I mean, I want one of those hoodies that you have on right there. I'm pointing as if you can see me, but you can't, so it's fine.
Yeah, the hoodies are great.
Yeah, those hoodies are sweet. Did you custom make them, or did Kineto?
We had Kineto do it, but we told him what to put on it, and Kineto's the one who made them for us.
Nice. So, coming into Orlando, you guys are coming into Providence. God, the event this season's just flown by, hasn't it? Coming into Providence, are you going to be landing? What's the team situation? Are you guys just strictly online?
We were going to land Infamous at the Hangout, but unfortunately it's hard to fit into our times. Yeah, it's their sponsor, and that's back east, and we were thinking of doing that, but things kind of got a little messy, and Destin can't really fit into his schedule, and neither really can I. But right now we're just practicing online every night for 3, 4, 5 hours, and it's just as good. Trust me.
Now, is it good to have the exact same game types coming in from last event to this event? I mean, pretty much every event this year we've had different game types coming in the next event. So is this more, familiar with you. You don't have to construct a new strategy, really.
Yeah, it's great. Like, the only things I think they changed were just, like, specs to the pit, which really isn't that big of a deal. And it's good coming into an event where, you just won the last one with the same game types, and it's only a good feeling coming into the same, like, game types into the next tournament.
Yeah. Well, so, you dominated Nexus King of the Hill. Are you still dominating? I have to. That's like your map in my eyes, because you destroyed me.
We played, I believe, the Hype last night in our first Nexus Hill since we've been back, and we beat them, like, 250 to, like, 70 or something.
Slapping
like, plus
them around.
18. Yeah, it was pretty bad.
That's what I like to say.
Yeah, they're a great team, but we're getting really good at that game type.
Really?
Yeah.
What is your take now? I have to know, just because everyone wants to know what the pros think about the whole decision of the bloom versus the no bloom. What was your personal take? For me to throw my 2 cents in there, I don't think you guys should have even had a privilege to vote for it, because it makes no sense to me.
Yeah, it's like, the community obviously wants no bloom. All the old pros want no bloom. It's like, I personally don't have a problem with no bloom. I like 85% bloom better, but no bloom was still fine. I feel as though if you played the whole season with bloom, what's the point of changing it for the event that pays out the most? And just like taking a risk because a random team can win it. When all these teams are pretty much playing to get seeded for nationals, and then, you just get a curveball and it's like a whole new game almost.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I threw up a heart sign. You couldn't see it, but yeah, I'm a big fan of that. So, coming in here, we have a little bit new format coming in for the championship event. Now, do you think that's going to play to your strengths, or is it going to kind of hinder you?
I like it a lot because you get to relax until Saturday, whereas the last event we were stressed out because Friday we had our biggest pool play match.
Yeah.
I feel like Friday is just a warm-up day, and we'll be having the All-Star game and, like, all the fun stuff. It's just going to put you in a great mood. And then Saturday, we won't play till later in the day, so we'll be able to, walk the whole day, and it'll be great. I prefer this way better.
You prefer... Well, I mean, it's really hard to do so in regular events, but that is good that you're comfortable with it in the national championship.
Yeah, pool play was great. I loved pool play. I ended up going, 19-1 in pool play this season, which was ridiculous. I thought about that the other day.
Really?
Yeah.
19-1 in pool play.
I only dropped one series, and it was to Final Boss back in Dallas. And it was ever since then I've gone 4-0. And me and only, I think, Roy and Lunchbox are the only ones to do that. And now with this new thing, you don't have to go through the warming up stage where you play, the lower seeded teams and the AM team. Now you just go straight to the big boys, which is, for us, it's going to be Warriors. And they're a great team. They just came off of third. And that's definitely going to be a huge competition. But I like that we get to play them late in Sunday or Saturday.
Yeah, that's like the matchup right there. And hopefully, we'll see if... I actually have Dersky coming on the show later, so I got to watch my tongue. But hopefully we can see a really good matchup there. I was looking forward to them playing against you, but Infamous kind of edged them out. I thought they were a team who would definitely give you a run. But, with that said, is there a team you're personally gunning for, you personally want to beat?
I think the team that I want to beat again is probably Infamous, because at this point I have a rivalry with most of those players, and they're all close friends. I love Ryan Newt to death, and it's going to be a really fun series. I want to play them again, definitely.
So it's a friendly rivalry.
Yeah, it's a friendly rivalry, for sure.
So, is there... I mean, Blaze is kind of like their X factor on their team. Do you guys take that into consideration, or are you just I shoot better than you with the sniper anyway, so I'm not worried about it?
Yeah, Blaze was, at Raleigh, that kid played ridiculous. I played against him, and he was just a god. He was a god. When I teamed with him, I didn't really see that. I teamed with him for Dallas, Columbus, and Anaheim. And when he came out Raleigh, I was like, where has this been? It was crazy. And then I was like, if he's going to keep playing like that, they're going to win every event. Because that kid seriously almost won the tournament by himself. He played out of his mind. And then when we played them, he played great, normal Blaze, but he wasn't really shining with Sniper. I saw Ryan pick up more snipers than Lethal and all of them. And, they're a great team, but Blaze is definitely the X factor.
Absolutely. Now, looking forward, you clearly you're going to predict yourself as winning the event, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so we could just scratch that out. Looking forward, assuming you do win and you don't retire and do whatever, and you stay playing competitively. Because if you don't, first off, I'm going to kick you square in the nuts. You're my rock star. You can't go back on me now. All right, I already made a clown of myself with it. So that's where it is. But going forward to the 2012 Major League Gaming season, are you expecting Bloom, no Bloom, 85%, or what would you personally like to see implemented?
I would like to see no Bloom for the fact that, I want to see this game change for the better because, it seems like the community is just, they want it so bad. They're just complaining about it. I saw Anakin post in the forums one time, and he posted that we're going to have Bloom for this event, and he just got incredibly flamed, and it was, terrible to watch. I feel like if we put no Bloom in, the community can only be supportive from then on. I mean, if they're asking for it, why not give it to them?
You really think that's what it is? You think Bloom is the end-all, be-all to the community supporting you guys?
I think most of the hate towards this game comes off of no Bloom.
Yep.
Or Bloom.
I do concur. But, it's not real. It's really just the game itself is kind of random. There isn't really set strategies, and you guys know that. It's really just, it comes down to teamwork and awareness. And whoever's shining individually kind of does prevail.
Exactly. Because one player can just take over the game completely, just at any moment, just go off with Sniper, or you see players like Roy and people like that just go off and just completely control the whole game.
Don't you not put yourself in there. All right, don't be modest on me here. I'm gonna make you cocky. All right, I'm gonna make that out of you. So go ahead, include yourself. Tell me how good it feels. Be honest. Just say it. Be like, when I get the Sniper and I take control of the game, everyone likes it.
When you're on main stage, and for instance, on that countdown game versus Instinct, it was like game 2. I started going off with Snipe, and it's the best feeling ever. Because once you hit the first one and you hit the second one, you just know you're gonna hit the third one, and it just gives you all the confidence in the world. Opposed to that other end where you're just getting dominated and you just feel like crap, basically, and then just play worse.
And now, one thing I did notice is you are a very angry trash talker. You have hate in your eyes when you talk trash. Do you just hate everyone, or is it just you know what, you got to know your place?
It's more of all of that was pretty much towards Infamous. That was the only time I really talked that much trash to after that, and it was more just towards Ryan, dude, because that was what he was doing to Instinct at Raleigh. I don't know if you saw that. Oh. When he'd out-teamed someone, he just screamed their name and looked right at them. So I started doing it to him, and he just didn't know how to react, and he just, sat there and took it. And I just could tell it just completely shut him down.
So you think the mental game now... I actually thought that Infamous found Instinct's weakness by making fun, or, pointing out Pistola and always giving him a hard time, because Pistola was furious after that.
Yeah.
He didn't play too well. So do you think the mental game now is finally back into action? In Halo 3, it was kind of not really there. Everyone was so seasoned and used to it that everyone just... Trash talking didn't faze anyone. But now it seems that it's back. Do you think it's a big factor, especially with how this game is now?
Oh, yeah. I think the mental game is huge, not only in trash talk, but when you're going into a series, how you're thinking. Because if you look at how the AM teams do against other AM teams, and then they go and play on main stage versus one of the top pro teams, they play a lot different. It's when you have that certain confidence and that mentality that you're going to win or you're better than the other person, that's going to help you so much. Opposed to going into it thinking, oh my gosh, we're playing pros. Obviously you're going to have that feeling, but it's going to make you play worse. Trust me, I was there at Dallas, and it's a way different feeling.
So what would you recommend, you personally, the formal, the MaN Piper?
Well, what I do is I go into it in the FFA. I just try to put mental blocks on them, and when I out-DMR someone, I'll talk trash in my head and just be like, okay, I'm going to out-DMR them in the series now, and you got to go into it thinking you're better than them. You have to go into it thinking it, because, for instance, back at Anaheim and Columbus, when Instinct first formed, they were just known as the God Squad, and people, I feel were losing more games because they were scared. They didn't have any confidence because Instinct was just so dominant. And when you go against a team and you're not confident at all, and they have all the confidence in the world, it's just such a huge advantage. And once Infamous took games from them, and they beat them, and then Instinct got 5th, I'm not sure how much confidence they have anymore.
Yeah, well, they are going to LAN, so are you worried about the fact that they actually have a LAN? Personally, I think, I would have to take that into consideration and, up my online practice. Do you guys have, that mental note, these guys are actually LANing?
Yeah, they had a LAN with Final Boss before the last event, and we didn't LAN either, and, it didn't really show, I guess. LANing is definitely better practice. I feel like LANing is most prime when you first join a team, and you LAN together, so you get that feeling of sitting next to each other for the first time, and, seeing each other's screens. But I feel like after they've teamed for 4 events now, that landing is just another form of practice. It's not that much better, but it is better. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not scared. How do you take it into consideration, though?
I like how you leaned forward there. That was good. So that's pretty much all I got for you. Is there anything you would like to add? Shout-outs? Clearly you want to win and come home with that 100K check. So we can.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I hope you do. And if you do, you're throwing the party. But I won't be there because you're like 16 and I'm a lot older, and that just make me the creepy old guy. But any shout-outs or anything you want to add in?
Shout-outs to my team, my family, my girlfriend, Francine, Ryan Noob, he's one of my closest friends. He's great. That's about it. And you actually, and our sponsors, UOR Gaming and Underground Alley, great sponsors.
UOR Gaming. I've never even they do carbon as well, correct?
Yeah, it stands for Union of Reach.
Fascinating. All right, Formal. Well, thank you for joining in. It was an honor. I will see you. Keep in touch with me, all right? I got to know what my dynasty's
for sure.
Doing, okay? Get me Richie Hines for next week, okay?
Sure, I will. I'll talk to him.
All right. Well, it was a pleasure, man. Take it easy.
You too.
All right, well, so that is going to do it for Formal. So coming up next, we will be having Nick Johnson, a.k.a. Best Man, as soon as I bring it over, and I now will call him. Give me 1 second here. Dun, dun, dun. So I'm not actually in my chat, but it didn't load for me, which is really stupid. But I hope everyone enjoyed it. It's really fun to do. Nick!
Yo!
Turn on your video, my friend.
Alright, 1 second.
Yes. Yes. Look at you. Hey, Nick.
What's going on?
Nothing. We are still live, so how are you, buddy?
Doing well, doing well.
Nice hoodie. I like that.
Like that?
Yeah, what is that? Is that new?
I don't know.
Not?
No, it's not. I'm going for my new LA look.
Your new LM. That's brilliant. So, everybody, welcome Best Man to the show. I actually have teamed with him, and his old playing partner back in Halo 2 is here. My best friend, Adam Altus. He's upstairs. But he is here. He wanted to say hi, formally.
Toad?
Yeah, the Toad.
Oh, man, I miss Toad.
Yeah.
From that one event he went to, I think it was...
D.C.
Toronto?
Oh,
DC?
yeah, Toronto. That's right.
Toronto. That was the first time I met him.
Yeah, that was a bad event, wasn't it?
It was a bad but fun event.
Yeah, it was fun because we were 19 and we had the first time able to drink. It was a blast.
Yeah.
But so,
yeah.
Back to on topic here. This is Best Man. He plays on Triggers Down. He revived them. Nick, so tell me a little bit about yourself. I know you're from Pennsylvania, but you can go ahead and give the spiel.
Yeah, I'm from Pennsylvania, 22, and right now I'm currently in Los Angeles, so...
Really? What are you doing in L.A.?
Well, Mason just recently moved out here, so I came out here to a tournament with him. He works here now, so I've been, helping him out and playing a little side by side. I have my computer, got my computer shipped out here, so I'll be streaming tomorrow. Back up again. It's been like a week or two since I've streamed, so. And
what is your Twitch? You can go ahead and plug that.
It's just Twitch TV/BestMan.
Nice. So, do you like LA? I mean, I know you're a Pittsburgh guy, and that's why I wore that. You can't see it, but I have a Capital shirt on, and I wore it just to spite you.
I was watching earlier.
Nice.
I'm a casual hockey fan, so it doesn't really hurt my feelings.
Yeah, you're a Steeler fan, and they just whooped up on the Patriots, so I'm sure you're happy about that, huh?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So, Nick, pretty much the general consensus is what do you do outside of, the gaming world? Everyone only knows you on the controller, and I know a little bit about you, but still not that much. So what's an everyday kind of event kind of like for you?
I mean, right now, before I came out here, it was pretty dull. I mean, I'm currently not in school, and, I'm just playing Halo as a living as of now. So, I mean, I haven't started school back up yet, and, I like to... Sports is big. I mean, football, basketball, which I'm unfortunately not on right now. Big Steelers fan, and then obviously Sixers fan, which is the only Philly team I like. I despise all the other Philly teams. I only like the Sixers, because they're the only basketball team in Pennsylvania when I was growing up, and I loved Allen Iverson. So, I mean, I don't know, just big sports fan. Love gaming, like other games besides Halo. I love watching StarCraft. I mean, that's pretty much about it right now.
Man, you like watching StarCraft, huh?
Yep.
I can't picture you as a StarCraft player.
Yeah.
You downloaded WoW recently, didn't you? I saw that on Twitter. What are you?
Yeah.
You know that is a curse. You know what happens to console gamers who download WoW.
No, I just downloaded it just to, I don't know, I just re-downloaded it. I was going to play with Brandon a little bit, just level up some new guys, but my Blizzard account got keylogged, or my WoW account got keylogged, so that
What?
anyways.
How?
I don't know. I guess there's some crazy Chinese people out there that are real big into hacking, so it kind of screwed me. I don't have I can't play StarCraft either, so.
Those
I guess
crafty
it's a good thing.
Chinese people. Those crafty Chinese. You know? So, Nick, you guys, we'll just go ahead and jump into the gaming here, which is what most people here care about, so, but that's besides the point. You guys shocked the entire world, but you fell a little bit short come at the end of Orlando. You guys finished top 6, which is round of applause. That's my clapping
my
for you.
first top 6 all year.
Your first one all year. Now,
Yep.
there's no way you predicted that. Let's be real. And you can drink your water. That's a nice glass of water, by the way. It definitely,
Yeah, it's refreshing.
it brings out your eyes.
But, yeah, I mean, I honestly didn't know what to expect going into this event because we didn't play, we didn't practice. It was kind of the last thrown together team. Like, me and Mason obviously wanted the team together, and we wanted to, like, get the 2 best players that we could, for the time being. And, I don't know, I guess we had an easy pool. Like, obviously playing status quo first is always an advantage because for whatever reason they come out flat. And then, I knew going, like, before that I said, we could take this pool. So, I mean, we did that and then, went on to beat everyone else and then secured ourselves the top 6. Unfortunately, we had to play Infamous in winners bracket semis. And they beat us pretty handily because we weren't too good on the newer game types, Oasis Hill and Nexus Hill. So, kind of, bit us in our ass a little bit.
Now, have you...
Destroyed.
What was it? You got beat 250 to 90 and like 250 to 110 or something like that. It wasn't pretty.
Yeah, we average about 105 seconds every Hill game for a tournament.
So have you worked on it? Like, are you guys still keeping the same method of screw it, we might as well not even play?
Yeah, we were trying to get a LAN out here in California, but I'm not too sure of the status of that as of now. But we're trying our best to practice online. Arcanum has lag issues at college, so I mean, when we do practice, it's not really practical. I don't know, it's hard, but I mean, we're a good team, and it showed at the event. I mean, even when we were warming up before our games, like, we had good teamwork. So I mean, we could just go over little things and the new maps. I think we'll be fine going into the championships.
Absolutely. Now, Nick, you guys or Mason, and I believe it is you, are working on your own little Halo Nation thing, correct?
Yeah.
Now, what is the Halo Nation? I know I'm a little bit. I've heard a little bits and pieces about that. I know something about like a podcast or something along those lines. I had some information on that. What is it? Your goal is to revive the Halo community, correct?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not really a big part into it, but I mean, me and Mason, we're going to try to host a No Bloom tournament sometime after Providence, and I'm not too sure of the stats on that, but pretty much Halo Nation is, I guess, similar to Gal Nation. We just want to have like a Halo community, that just focuses straight on Halo. With MLG being StarCraft, Call of Duty, and everything else, we want to, just make something that's just strictly Halo, and possibly make Halo, the number one game for FPS at least back on the circuit, and get the stream viewers back up, just get everything back into how it used to be like last year, 2 years ago.
Now, do you think that
there's a podcast? I believe it will be debuting tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern. Look out for that on Twitter. I believe the Twitch is Halo Nation. So
now, do you believe by doing this? I mean, a lot of people still speculate. I know Formal just said to me that pretty much as soon as No Bloom is implemented, you guys are expecting a big rise in what the community does for you and the support and the viewership, correct? Is Bloom really, you think, the deciding factor?
I mean, I don't think it's necessarily Bloom. I mean, it's obviously a small factor, but I think when people like say that Bloom is killing Halo, that's not true at all. I mean, it's just the way that some of the community is acted. It's just there's so many different elements, I think, into why the Halo community is doing as well as it has in the past. But, implementing No Bloom, I think, will help out, a little bit. I can't say how much, but hopefully, it'll be a better game.
Absolutely. I do agree, but I am definitely supporting the fact that we have Bloom for the championships. Nick, also, before we get into the national championship spiel, do you expect abilities to be there? Do you expect like sprint and jetpacks and evade to be there with no Bloom? Or do you expect to see it go back to really the roots of Halo?
I expect sprint to still be here. I think Halo Reach was made for sprint, and obviously there's going to be testing involved with no Bloom, but I can't imagine if there's no Bloom, there'd be no sprint, because you could just die so fast, you can't get away, it just changes, like, your whole positioning on the maps. So, I hope there's still sprint and, obviously the other abilities there is, but, I wouldn't mind seeing anything else if it's, whatever testing is better. I'm all for it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Nick, now the big story here. We have our national championship coming up in 2 frickin' weeks. You're going to be a little bit jet-lagged coming from L.A. to Providence, and it's also going to be a lot colder, so I hope you brought your stuff. Did you pack a jacket? Did you pack it besides that pretty little one you got on?
Yep.
Awesome. Good job. So, coming into the event, new format here because it's the national championships. Do you like the format?
I haven't really looked into it, but I believe it's like the top 4 seeds have a bye to top 12 in the winners or something.
It's something. I just got the email today. I'm not completely fresh up on it.
I benefited from that bracket back in 2009, being a lower seeded team, and playing a series and then playing a team that was on a bye, and then playing another team that was on a bye. So if it's something like that again, I'm gonna love it. But
yeah, and
I don't necessarily like pool play that much. I do, but I don't. I don't know. So we'll see. I think we have our match up. Our first matchup is against Final Boss, and that is for top 12. And then we would play Instinct after that. So yeah,
fun bracket.
It's just
fun.
Harder opponents right away.
But you got to beat everyone to be the best. So now, Nick, going into this, you guys attempted to schedule a LAN, but you're not sure where that's going to be. What kind of hours are we talking that you've been logging here every night for practice?
We haven't really practiced the past few days, but we attempted to last night, and Arcanum actually pulled host, and it was completely unplayable, so that team left us. So me and Mason have been playing a lot of 1v1s on LAN, and we were playing 2v2s last night against Arcanum and Goofy, so we're just going to try to get on a more, on a rhythm, actual schedule these upcoming 2 weeks, hopefully every night playing together, for at least 2 or 3 hours. Good as solid 11-game series is and if you actually, don't half-ass your 11 games, it's good practice, so.
Now, when you say you're playing 2v2s, do you think that actually helps, or are you just kind of like, we're just kind of shooting? Because I am a firm believer that playing twos against your teammates and switching actually helps build chemistry, me personally. That's just an old VGA,
I think it helps, especially in Reach with the different angles and the different routes you have to take, especially on Sanctuary. Because, 2v2 in Sanctuary is just like 4v4 on Sanctuary. Slayer anyways, you get, it's just all about, positioning and angles and Reach. And, there's not really too many strategies. It's all run and gun and, we're working with teammates. So, I think it helps out a lot. And 1v1s, too. Just different angles and positions you get really help out, really benefit you when it comes to playing fours and the different battles you get into.
Sweet.
Especially with the Rhine noobs of the world. You gotta do something to prevent that.
Okay, honestly, I've never, ever played him once in my entire life. How is it like you're pulling your hair out when you play against him?
Yeah. yeah, sometimes.
Now, Nick.
They just know how to play. I think those type of players have just known how to play Reach from the beginning, and I think everyone's starting to catch up. Well, especially with Instinct now, I don't know. That infamous team's just annoying to play against because they all have that type of play style where you just don't want to play against them because they're hard kills and they all play well together. So
now, if there is if you could, clearly you predict yourself as winning first.
Yeah.
Okay. And we know at the national championships to not rule out a single person because, well, quite frankly, in 2009 you guys had that ridiculous run as Team Classic. I think a little box freeze kind of helped you out a little bit.
Yep.
A little box freeze kind of. But nonetheless, you got second place, which was, I was happy to see that for you.
The Hype won that event.
Our 7th and 9th seed taking first and second. That was such a joy to predict. Now, do you see yourself making a similar run? I mean, you have, Titans you're facing already. You're going Final Boss and Instinct. Do you see yourself possibly catching fire?
I think if we beat Final Boss, and depending on where our match is placed against Instinct, like if it's right away, I definitely think we could take them off guard. I'm not afraid of any team, and obviously, no matter what team I've been on, I've been able to place, whether it's, I've had the bad tournaments this year, but in the past, I've always, with Classic, we were a top 6 team, and we contended with a lot of the top teams that year, whether it be at a LAN or tournament. So, I'm not ruling out anything. I think we could definitely beat Instinct.
Hey, well, as long as the game types fall in your favor, we know they are beatable, clearly. And they're on a little bit of a decline here.
Last tournament really showed that.
Yeah, absolutely.
They got taken to Game 5 by Final Boss Classic and, got 5th or whatever. So.
It was 5th, yeah. So, Nick, do you have a specific team who you want to beat going into it? Like, if there's one team, like, let's say you get, 5th, 6th, but are you happy to beat, one specific team? Or are you just I want to beat these guys?
Warriors.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, because of the tiebreaker, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I leaned up in my chair. I'm enthralled. So I forgot all about that. Now, walk me through that. You guys choke under pressure, and I'm just kidding.
I guess it was just the lack of practice we had, but Game 5, we Pit TS, we were down 2-0 in the series, so then we won Game 3 and 4, Countdown and Zealot Flag. And going into Game 5, it was Pit TS. And, alright, we were down, I think, 13 or 14, 24 to 11, real early on. We were getting spawn killed, couldn't get out of our base. We just started bringing it back. We took it real slow, sort of how, Halo 3 was. Me and Mason got sniped. I think I had sniped for 6.5 minutes and didn't die. We just kept bringing it back, and eventually we took the lead by one towards the end of the game. I think it was getting down to 2-minute mark, and then we were going back and forth, and then we were up by 1, and I died at the end, and then spawned, and then they got rockets and all charged, or 3 guys charged through green, and one of us got rocketed, and they tied the game, and then Game 6. That's when we choked. We choked big time. Obviously a 5-minute game, so at the end, I believe we were up 5 with about 45 seconds left, and they won. We didn't get a kill. They went on a 7-kill streak while we didn't get 1 kill. So they won by 2, and they...
Oh, God. Well, I think everything just shit the bed entirely. Internet connection problem. That is swell. That is swell. Well, that is just fascinating. Well, technical issues. This is fun. Well, that is, my friend, interesting. Hopefully, I am still alive and it wasn't my internet here. I'm going to check that currently. So give me 1 second here. Alright, it is not my internet. So it is Best Man's. It is his fault. It is not mine. Just remember that. So first off, that's going to do it for Best Man. Super sorry about that, but there's nothing I can really do. That's the internet for you. We'll give him a second just to kind of see if he will get back on, but as it stands now, it is not looking pretty. But, so, honestly, guys, I hope everyone is enjoying this. I'm personally having the time of my life doing this. I think this is really fun. I'm actually getting to know these guys a lot better. I've been a part of the circuit since the very, very beginning. And I've never really had a chance to ask these guys this many questions. Normally, when I teamed with Best Man, it was more like, well, let's just talk about really just surface-level stuff. But getting to know him nowadays, because people just mature so fast now, especially when he gets older. It's really interesting to see. So I hope you guys are having fun. And now I will be attempting to call Dersky, and we will be getting this show on the road. So, as we are waiting, Phil Dersky.
What's going on?
Hey, I was going to give a pointless plug here, but welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. Can you hear me all right? Because I just started using my Astros with my computer. I didn't know if the sound was going to work.
Try moving the mic a little bit closer.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, it sounds perfect. Good job, buddy. 2 thumbs up. So, Dersky, go ahead and give I actually am sorry to say, besides the fact that I had you on Skype, I had no idea your name was Sean. So if you could give us, your name, your age, where you're from, all that kind of surface level stuff.
Gotcha. Well, I'm Sean Swiderski. I'm from Pennsylvania, Mechanicsburg, by Harrisburg. I'm 18 years of age. Some hobbies, I guess you could say. I like playing sports, soccer, basketball, working out, etc. I'm just an athletic person.
Yeah, speaking of the gym, how was it, since I know you just went from it?
It was great today. Did some back workouts.
Nice.
And,
Pumping the lats. Nice. So, yeah. How was it? Was it good? You get the volume? You get that pump?
It was good. What I noticed this year, it's actually funny. When I started working out back last year around Raleigh, it really improved my Halo game. As weird as that sounds, just overall endurance, really. When I just started working out and, started doing my thing, my game got better. So I just kept working out and just kept getting better.
Really?
It's quite funny, yeah.
So your tip to getting better is work out. That needs to go into a muscle and fitness article. So to be good at gaming, you must work out. That is part. You need to sell that pitch, my friend. That is brilliant.
I'm trying to look for some protein companies or something to get sponsorships going, because a lot of gamers are overlooked as overweight or etc. And I want to be that role model for people to work out, and they can also be a gamer on the side.
Wow. Well, feel free to cut this little interview out, and you can send it out to your sponsors. But so, bring it back here. So you are a soccer player.
Correct.
You are 18 years old. Do you go to college?
Yeah, I'm currently at a community college. I'm a part-time student. I decided not to become a full-time student just because nationals is coming up. So I hope to become a full-time student in the winter.
Nice. What do you know your degree yet? I mean, when I was 18, I had no idea what I wanted to do, so I figured I'd ask.
Well, I want to do something with marketing, at least selling some type of thing, advertising, and I really wanted to get into the sports side of it, so sports marketing in particular would want to be my degree.
Really?
Yeah.
And now, do you have anything just be just a regular sport, on a sports team, marketing for them?
Yeah, that would work. I know the one guy at Red Bull, Sam, he also does marketing for them, and when I go out to those Red Bull lands, it's honestly amazing seeing what he does and how it interflicts with gaming. And I mean, you can do that with various sports as well, but just that whole aspect is just truly amazing. I want to pursue in it.
Well, you, my friend, have blown my mind. I would have never guessed in a million years that you would have ever gone into sports marketing. But that's awesome. So you go to a community college, and once you become full-time, so you're taking 8 credits, 6 credits, something like that?
I believe it's 9.
Okay, that should might as well be full-time. 9 credits to 12. It's only, 3 credit difference. But, so you plan on transferring out. Do you have any colleges in mind?
Yeah, I'm looking at UCF down south. I know I was the last one to graduate in the family, and I know my parents are, want to get away from the cold winters in Pennsylvania and go down south to Florida.
Yeah. So, wait. Hold the phone. Are you a Pittsburgh fan too?
No, I'm not. I am an Eagles fan.
Okay. Not the best, but my Washington teams get spanked by both of them. So pretty much the whole state of Pennsylvania doesn't exist to me until my sports team plays them. So you're an Eagles fan. So I'm assuming you like the Sixers.
No, I don't like the Sixers. I'm not a big basketball
Good.
guy.
I'm the same way. Screw that. And are you a hockey fan? You gotta be. You gotta like the Flyers. There's no way you don't like the Flyers.
I don't watch too much hockey, but when there is the playoffs, the intense part of hockey,
Yep.
I do watch the playoffs, and I am a Flyers fan.
Okay, good. That's good. A fellow hockey fan. I can respect that. So, now I guess we'll get into the more gaming aspect here. Last event, first off, congratulations.
Thank you.
I did not predict you there, but I was just going to be the first to say it. But it was awesome to see you there. Were you kind of like caught off guard that it happened? I know you were disappointed at the end of the finish because you finished third instead of second or first. But were you still pleased with how you guys did?
Yeah, I was. Considering usually when two teams come together, like two players from one team, two players from another, it's kind of hard getting good chemistry off the start and getting into a good team overall. But I really liked about picking up Clutch and Royal 2 is we all just connected greatly. I teamed with Royal 2 back at Dallas at the opener this year when we got 7th with Swagger Like Us. And it's always fun playing with him. The little kid can just play anything that moves.
He is ridiculous. He was just ridiculous. It's the fro. I used to have a fro and I was good. I'm telling you, it's the fro. It's good.
Yeah. Clutch, also a very, very good leader. And when I kind of saw putting this team together, because I really did want to stick with Snakebite. PJ, he's one of my best friends in the game. I definitely love playing with him. He's always coming out here to the house and we're gaming. But when I looked into two players we were finding, I really wanted to team with Royal 2 again just because I missed Dallas. I had a blast with him, sitting beside him like I did last event. And then he came along with Clutch. And I never teamed with Clutch. Always thought he was a good player, national champion. But honestly, on the outside, Clutch is so much different when you team with him. I can say, even though it's been one event, he is by far the best teammate I've ever had.
Really? Please elaborate on this. This is news to me.
He's a great leader in game. The way we practiced online before last event was amazing because Wes, Clutch, he does complain a lot and bitch a lot, but when he's bitching and complaining, he's only getting us better. He's not doing it just to complain, and just to be that annoying guy, in the mics when you're scrimming online. But he honestly is just trying to make us overall better as a team. And a lot of people, look at that differently, but he honestly, I'd have to say one of the best teammates I ever had because he's always helping me get better day by day while we're practicing.
So Clutch is the reason behind the Warrior success. That is.
Yeah.
Well, not entirely, but to an extent. I mean, he's kind of like the team captain.
Correct.
Which, I mean, team captain would probably be someone else different on there because it's whoever wants to deal with Ray Lau, pretty much.
Which is Snakebite.
So there you go. But there is an actual leader per team. But, so, now, you guys had a lot of nail biters. So Warriors is still the exact same way, regardless of who you picked up. Yes, drink that water. That is good. If only you had a little logo on there, like a protein shake, and then you could have been like, hey, look, I advertised for you, too, on this show, huh?
I actually just got done on this.
Oh, see, there you go. So whoever makes that, go and sponsor this guy. So now looking forward here, we have the national championships coming up. Are you pumped for this or what?
Very excited. I'm kind of disappointed. We haven't really got on our grind.
What?
It is hard hearing Wes. Clutch had a lot of school stuff get out of the way. Royal 2, I guess he just won some soccer thing, which he also plays soccer for his high school, so he's been busy with that. But we're planning on tomorrow. We just had a team talk about it. Planning on practicing tomorrow. We have practice. It's just been inconsistent since after the tournament. It's not really cockiness or, like, oh, we're happy with third. It's more just getting our priorities out of the way, like with school and the other important stuff, family, and focusing on gaming starting tomorrow.
Huh, that is... You guys are like real-life people. It's like... That's crazy. I mean, hats off to you. That is really cool to see.
Especially, I mean, when you look at the age difference on the team, we got Wes, he's 21. I'm 18. Royal 2's 15, and Snakebite is 16. So, it's got its goods and bads about working with, like, the younger guys, but we just complement each other, you know what I'm saying? Like, the way we do things in our lives.
Absolutely. Well, that's good to see. And now, now, where were you on the whole Bloom? I have to ask this question. It's just so standard until, after championships. Where were you on the whole Bloom versus no Bloom thing?
The way I looked at Bloom, no Bloom, I like both. Either way, I'm going to enjoy playing Halo Reach. If they would put in no Bloom, I say they should have done it for Orlando. Just because they have an event, experience on it, see what it's like. And I disagreed with them putting it in for Providence just because, we played a whole year on Bloom. And then, even though, the Halo community is down, people can say the viewer rate, etc. But, you can't just play the whole season on something and then change at the end. Like, that's like playing NFL for the whole year, and then the Super Bowl they're going to use like a Nerf ball. Like that's how I look at it.
No, that's the exact same way I look at it. That's awesome. I think, it was awesome to see that MLG really wanted to put like their hand in and kind of help out to see what everyone wanted. But I realistically, I just did not see anything that made sense with that. But it's good you're on that track.
I mean, I like No Bloom. It's funny because I just had Snakebite, Assault, and Flamesword come out to the house over the weekend. We were streaming on Assault's account. And we actually were just inviting random teams in there, and we were playing against them with No Bloom settings. And I'm not going to lie, No Bloom, it's pretty fun. So much faster pace. Just like, it's weird because like multi-kills just come out of nowhere, you know what I'm saying? Like, other than like with the Bloom, you got to pace, you get the double, like it takes a while. Like No Bloom, everything is so fast. It's incredible.
Just people just getting mowed down. No, it's so sweet. And so the game literally changes 180%. So next year, I'm expecting, it should be freaking sweet. But even still, Providence is going to be awesome. Now, speaking of Providence, we have a new format here. We have a new championship format. And do you like how it's set up for your team? Do you think it's going to benefit, hinder, or because you guys really, pool play isn't Warriors' thing. And now, it isn't. Yeah. You guys get dicked every single time.
Actually, it's funny that you say that. Snakebite and I had the same conversation going into Orlando last event. Thursday, we were just like, in the hotel room, it was just like, dude, how's this weekend gonna go? Friday and Saturday with this whole pool play. So I mean, we did our thing. Unfortunately, we lost the turning point, and just didn't come out. They had more intensity. They wanted it more than us. So going into Saturday night, I was kind of just like up in the air on like what I was really thinking. And I mean, I knew we could beat Infamous. So we came out Saturday, beat the amateur team, and then we played against Infamous. And honestly, the way we looked at everything, this would create the tiebreaker that ended up happening. And we beat Infamous. And I looked at Snake, but I was like, PJ, I don't know how we're here right now, but, I'll take it. And going into the tiebreaker, I'm kind of, I guess you say, I disagree with a lot of the rules for the tie-breaking thing. When I say that, like, it's kind of unfair for the teams that are, like, when I say lower seed, like, for example, Infamous was the higher seeded team in our pool. So basically what happens is they get to pick who they want to play first, what map they want to play, and all we get to do is veto. And they also get to pick who hosts. And the way it worked, I believe, Turning Point vetoed Oasis, we vetoed Countdown, and it ended up being Pit PS. And then when they went to go host, Infamous said they wanted to host against us, and they wanted to play against Turning Point first. So they played Turning Point first, and they asked Snakebite who wants to host, and, obviously Snakebite can't pick because Infamous is already hosting Warriors, so it was very, very, I guess, like, I understand the rules and everything, but I just feel like there needs to be, more discussion with them, because it's kind of unfair for, like, that example right there with the whole hosting.
Well, I mean, theoretically, that's not, the three-way tie just should not happen. It happened before, and I believe you guys were a part of it. It was the three-way tie, and then it went to Team Slayer kill differential, remember? Remember that whole discrepancy?
Actually,
you remember that?
Yeah, Anaheim, actually, we weren't even in the three-way.
Oh, you were not? Okay.
We got fourth in our pool. We got fourth in our pool and ended up getting fourth. That's when we played.
Au contraire. But, yeah, so before it went from Team Slayer kill differential, so whoever beat the amateur team worst, pretty much, was advancing.
And honestly, we were so excited going into tiebreaker because we didn't know the rules changed. And we looked at all of our PSs, and we won the majority of them. So, like, we were pretty happy, like, if, the tiebreaker would be like that, and then we found out the whole 5-minute PSs, which we weren't, mad about, we were, fine with, but just how the rules work with it, the whole, because Snakebite loves to host, and, like, he didn't even get a chance really to, like, host at all.
Gotcha. Alright, so you are going to be going in here. You have, I have no idea. What seed are you guys now since you got third? I have no idea.
That's another thing.
Okay, sweet. Screw it. Doesn't matter. We both don't know. We both suck at what we do. It's perfect. This is great. So this has kind of been my kind of bread and butter question here. If there is, and I'm just going to keep reusing it until it's just, everyone hates it. What team are you really gunning for here? If, like, regardless of winning or not, if you can beat one team, like, and just set it in stone, who are you looking for? Infamous? Do you want revenge? You gotta want revenge.
I want Dynasty.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? Why Dynasty?
I mean, we all, our worst team last time, we really wanted to play Dynasty very, very badly. Granted, we kind of choked in that last game too against Infamous, and we could have got our chance to play Dynasty. But that's the team. I think we are playing them actually. If we beat however the system works, beat that pro team within the Dynasty. So I'm hoping to beat the pro team and really play Dynasty. Because that's the team I want to take down, and we as a team want to take down.
Is there bad blood there, or no? It's just. Well, you realize you're insulting me because I am their fan. I mean, I do like you guys. You guys are cool. Clutch is the only one who talks shit anymore, and that to me makes me. You actually have started talking shit. Dynasty members, some of them kind of vary. Infamous does. Everyone else is still flat. What gives? What is it?
I know West with the whole, he's teammates with Richie and all them and Tiz back in the day. For me, I was defending Destin. He's from Pennsylvania as well. Who's the best in PA right there?
Oh, wow, I didn't even think of you are. Oh, my God. You can hear my clapping? That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Huh. All right. Well, Dersky, any shout-outs here? It is on the spot. All right, well, I have one more interview coming up. Dersky, thank you for tuning in. It was a pleasure to have you. Hopefully everything went according to plan. My stream chat is, like, broken, so I can't really see anything. But, it was a pleasure to have you, and I will see you in 2 weeks, buddy. Yep, take it easy. All right, well, that is Dersky. He is a really cool guy. I had no idea he played soccer, so that, my friend, is interesting. So, coming up, we are going to be having Insane Predator, which he is just the man. Okay, so sorry for the inconvenience. I have no idea that how to fix the sound. I have literally no clue. But I'm glad you enjoyed the chat I had with myself. That is interesting. Where is Predator? Where is Gabe? So, I am going to... Hold on. Let me see something here. I am going to go to a quick commercial. I will get Gabe on, and then as soon as I'm done, I will be back, and we will have an Insane Predator from the Insanes. So, stay tuned. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Welcome. I am here typing. I have not been able to get a hold of Insane Predator quite yet, but I am working through his teammates to get him. And just by the way, Nick Johnson, a.k.a. BesT, says, and I quote, "My laptop died and my charger is missing. Go on without me. Sorry, bud, sad face." I am sad now. Well, that is that. I hope you guys are, I'm sorry about Dersky's mic. I don't know if that's on my end or not, but really, really sorry about that. Oh, and here we go. So, here comes the Predator. In time. In time, he will answer, and as soon as he does, we can get this show on the road, and I hope you guys are excited for this as I am, because I am a big fan of the Predator. Hello!
Hey, what's going on?
Good, how you doing, buddy? You are very dark.
You see me?
Yeah, look at you. What is that?
Hello.
Alright, so, welcome, my friend. So, for you, those of you tuning in who are in Halo and you've never thought about voyaging over to any other FPS, this is Insane Predator, the man himself from the Gears of War community. This guy has been dominating the competitive scene for a long time, and he still seems to be in the similar fashion. So, Predator, how are you, man?
I'm good. I'm very good. I'm just kind of actually trying to figure out this whole Skype thing.
Okay.
This is the first time I did it with my phone.
Oh, you're going from your phone.
Retarded.
You're going from your phone, huh?
Yeah.
Do you not have a computer? Did you just you stream?
Yeah, I know. Don't make fun of me. I do have a.
You're at your girlfriend's house,
but
aren't you?
I'm a little unprepared.
Okay, all right. So, Predator, if you could go ahead and give us, the very basics, where you're from, how old you are, full name, that whole nonsense. Feel free.
Me, well, I'm Gabriel Figueroa. I'm aka Insane Predator. I'm from the Insanes. Not the captain of the Insanes, maybe on paper, but all of us take a quarter. So you always hear us say 25, 25, 25. Been doing it for about 5 years and been with the Insanes pretty much the whole time doing it.
Now, did you create the team name Insanes? I've personally never asked, so I've always wondered.
It was actually Killa made it, but I had a lot to do with it. I mean, we were debating names, and actually it was Killa who actually came up with the name, and we decided to go with it.
Gotcha. I was sitting there watching it as you were kind of screwing around with your phone, and if we had eerie music, it would remind me of the Blair Witch Project.
That bad?
No, right now it's good, but before you're just going all over the place. It's funny.
Yeah, I'm still working on it.
Yeah, no, it's fine right here. If you keep it there, right, okay, that's your ear. Doesn't matter. I'm fine. It's cool. So, outside of the gaming world, where we know you just slay people in the Gears of War community, what do you do? Now, do you work? Do you go to school? Clearly, we all know you work out. The Insanes are all the jacked guys. We get it. But so outside of the gaming world, what do you do?
Give me 1 second. Let me answer that question. I'm going to put on some headphones.
Okay.
Some Astro headphones.
I see what you did there. That's a nice plug.
So I can hear you a little bit better.
Okay. Well, if Astro's out there, guys, I got these, and I would love.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I was actually getting ready to say, Astro, if you're out there, you could send me a pair of headphones. That'd be swell. Now, you can actually lean back. That camera's actually really good. What kind of phone is that? Oh, the mic is so bad. Oh, the mic. You gotta move the mic. I can't hear a word you're saying. Not thinking so. What if you pull the mic from your headphones close?
Can you hear me?
Yes, there it is.
You can hear me like this?
Kind of. It still sucks.
Hello?
Okay, it's okay. We're struggling with it. This is unpreparedness at its finest.
I'll go back to this. There we go.
Okay, yeah, I will talk louder. All right, so I don't need. Okay, so what do you do outside of gaming?
Outside of gaming, I work. I work the basic 9-to-5 job, and then I just game. I mean, I have a girlfriend. I work out when I can. I've been kind of slacking a little bit, as you can tell. I look very, very skinny. It's out of character for me. But I mean, other than just work and just the life. I mean, I don't do this 24/7.
Now you work a normal 9-to-5. So where do you work at?
Me, I actually work at Best Buy, believe it or not. Can you imagine me in a blue with a name badge, Gabriel?
No.
I'll make it rain.
I was expecting to see, the cliche black and red jersey of the Insanes. That's what I was expecting. But that's good. So, finally, now, let's talk about Gears of War 3 here, because I've been pumped for it, and you guys have been awesome with it. So, how are you liking it?
How do I like it?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, it's perfect. It's definitely the best game out of the past two. I really can't say I can't think of anything that's actually bad with it. I mean, until they come out with the spectator mode and do all that stuff, it's going to be better for everybody. I mean, better for you guys, better for us, so we can see what's going on from a third person. Especially with you coming to Gears and commentating and stuff, and it getting more publicity. It actually gives us a different view and a different angle on like what's actually going on.
Well, I'm glad to help. But yes, the spectator mode would be awesome. Now, there's a new alpha playlist, and everyone's playing the hell out of it. I've actually yet to have time because I've been doing all this nonsense. So how is it?
I actually haven't played it either, to be completely honest.
Unbelievable.
I have not played it. I mean, I've been busy with a lot of personal stuff, so I haven't got the chance to play it. But to be honest, I mean, I probably won't play it because I'm going to be sticking with what I know is just the same old map defaults and all the other stuff. I mean, I'll play it for fun when I get the chance, but I won't be drilling it like any of the other maps.
Why is that?
It just, I don't, I mean, unless it becomes official or I don't know. I think the maps might be good, but I'm not quite sure how it's going to fan out exactly. So I'm just kind of sticking with what I know right now.
That's very interesting. You are literally the first person I've ever heard say that. Well, that's interesting. So, tell me, we just came from Hype Fest, and you guys seem to be in dominant fashion. And then you guys fell a little bit short at the end. What the hell gave, man?
I don't listen. I do not want to make any excuses by any means. They deserve the win. Congrats to Infinity or whatever Infinity team that is.
Caliber 11, I think, is just the whole name.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. I mean, but good for them. I'm happy. It was a great tournament. I had a lot of fun, but it was just one of those tournaments you go for experience. You know what I mean? It's not. I mean, all the tournaments, every tournament you go to obviously counts. Yeah, and they beat us, but 4 o'clock in the morning, Scotty, you know.
It was. That was my only problem with the weekend was Sunday night.
Yeah, that was it. It was just we went a little too late. We had a flight at 8 o'clock in the morning. We're in New York. We we started just getting just careless, reckless. We did make a lot of bad decisions as well, but we could have obviously done better. I mean, but I'm happy for Caliber 11.
Yeah, and I mean, you guys did look good. I was upset we didn't get to see the Insane's MBN matchup.
I actually wanted that to happen. There's a lot of upsets that happened that weekend that was so surprising. LTZ, IBN almost beat us. There, like MBN, there's so many teams. The Carbon, there's teams that I wanted to see that I wanted to see them do better. They just fell short.
Yeah, absolutely. And now, the Insanes have never beaten MBN, correct? Huh?
Correct. By paper, yeah. Yeah, actually, yeah. I think you're right, yeah. I think we have never beaten MBN, technically.
What's that about?
They're a team that only practices for us. Does that make sense? They're a team that practices only for us, and that's the only team they care to beat. If they beat us, good. But then whenever they beat us and go, on, they have troubles with other teams. We try to be more well-rounded rather than just trying to focus on one team.
But you guys are like, when we were there, you guys were like best friends. Like you 8 4-4, all hang out. So they gun for you. You know they gun for you. So you're just like, okay, well, you can gun for us. And if you get to us, you can beat us. That's cool.
Listen. Any team can beat us at those type of tournaments, or beat us at all the other ones. The only tournament all the tournaments count. The tournament that I care so much about is nationals. Like nationals, and that's where I make my most money. That's where we make the bank. That's where it's a different type of pressure, more money. And when MLG, announces what they're actually going to do, it's going to be interesting for sure. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Just to see all the old teams, just to see you commentating, to see some epic people there, it's going to be cool.
Yeah, and now there's been 4 national championships for Gears of War, and you've won 3 of them?
There's been
3, and you've won 2.
And we've won 2, and we were in the finals. We got second, first.
Wow. So you technically are the best.
The best. The best.
So why don't you have like 30%?
It doesn't matter what your name is. If you're not insane, you're not the best. I mean, stat-wise, like you could win this tournament, you could win that tournament, you could win this tournament, but when it's nationals, not trying to sound cocky, that's where you have to come and play. That's where you have to come and show like what's your skills, what you have, your strategy. You gotta come, all eggs in the basket. Like you gotta do it. Like if you can't do it there, then.
I like the that's like the first time all interview where I saw like passion. You're like, yeah, this is totally awesome. It's good to see that come out, man. That's sweet. So 2 out of 3, man. That's a pretty, you're like the Ogre 2 of Gears of War. And so Killa's been a part of you with that as well. So you guys are like the package.
We are the best duo. See, like the way I like to do it is Gears of War 1. There's Infinity was. No doubt, the very first season, they were the best team. I mean, we got second, they were first. They won more times than us. They were good. At the end of Gears 1, I would love to argue that, we finished the game strong, and we just dominated. In Gears 2, there was Infinity disappeared. I had no idea. They placed 12th, 9th, 17th, 24th. I don't even know. So to see them, to see like what they're gonna do in Gears 3, and I mean just riding the wave with Killa. I mean us being the best duo, and people like to argue that as well. So yeah, Killa's been with us the whole time. Nick was an addition in Gears War 2, and Z Killer was actually with us from Gears War 1, and then he went to a different team in Gears War 2.
Yeah. Yeah, that was it. He left his cousin. Hey, he's cousins with Killa. Z Killa and Killa are actually cousins. How cliche.
Even though they're blood, there were some issues that that happened during the beginning of Gears 2. So it just wasn't. It wasn't comfortable, wasn't right for us to team at that time because there were some issues.
Absolutely. So now looking forward here, what's your practice regimen like? Now this game's new, and MLG technically hasn't picked it up, but let's just go ahead and pray and just say, let's assume theoretically that they've already picked it up. What's your practice regimen like?
Assuming they actually pick it up, let's say it's 100%, we're probably practicing, just depending on the days, 3 to 4 hours a day, maybe 1 day off a week. You're talking maybe 20 to 30 hours a week, maybe.
So this is a full-time job. So you also stream, correct?
Correct, yeah.
So go ahead and drop your Twitch here. Give it.
My Twitch TV is Insane Predator with no space. It's you better come watch. I have a lot of good footage.
You do have some footage. Now, in case you do not know what Gears of War is, or if you've never seen the game, you want to watch Predator because he gets all the fancy kills. He gets the sniper and rips a face off. And does all that cool stuff. So pretty much, if anyone just picks up the game, your playstyle is how he plays. But he just does it perfectly. Come on.
I'm a little whore, that's for sure.
You are a whore. Stat whore, that is.
I am. I tend to be, yeah.
But that's not a bad thing. You do it well.
Sometimes.
Yeah, that's all that matters. I saw your wink. 2 winks. Come on. What are you texting me? You're sending me the winky face?
Like that?
That is good. That is good. So, God. So, Predator, looking forward here, we may have Hype V2 coming out. That would be awesome. Will the Insanes be attending that, if it does happen?
Say that again?
Hype Fest V2, like version 2, second tournament of Hype Fest Station.
Yes, depending on, I mean, we'd love to go. Depending on, it has a lot. We have a lot to, to kind of discuss. I would love to go because that's where all the good teams are going to go, obviously. But if they have another one before the tournament, there's good prize money, and it's a little more organized. Then, yeah, definitely, we will go. I mean, there's a couple of things that it could have, went a little bit better. But other than that, yeah, I'd love to go again.
Awesome. Well, I will maybe see you there. All right, so your Twitter is, of course, Insane Predator as well. It's a 3 for the Insane. Is Predator done all cool and neat and stuff? Or is it just Predator?
It's no, it's Insane Predator. It's
Okay.
the same thing, no space.
Okay, so follow him on Twitter, guys. Make sure you check out his Twitch channel. And he's always does a good job, and they're always screaming the best of the best because, well, they're the national champions and all that. So, any shout-outs before we go, my friend?
Yeah, shout out to you. Shout out to my team, my girlfriend,
Boo.
my family, my fans, people who watch me on stream, just everybody who supports, Gears of War, the community, CDN. Shoot, I mean, I could go on and on.
Okay, so the entire community.
Yes.
Awesome. All right, man. Well, it was a pleasure to have you. Now, I have to admit, you are the best at working out that camera angle with your phone. It looks good.
Does it look good?
Yeah, it doesn't look bad. I can see your wife beater, so you're trash, but yeah, it's cool.
Hey, no, listen, I try to cover it up. It's kind of cold.
Why, you guys don't have Insane hoodies yet?
No, we need some, though.
Dude, that talk about a clothing brand, huh? Insane hoodies?
Yeah.
Make them really warm? Oh, you are just a goofball. All right, man. Well, that's going to do it here. I appreciate you calling in, especially on your phone.
Yeah, sorry.
All right, we'll meet up. We'll play ranked, you and I.
We'll do, guys.
All right, take it easy, buddy.
All right, later, man.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for the first show. I am running a little bit late. I was going to attempt to squeeze someone else in tonight, which would be Terror from Team Infinity, but sometimes things just do not work out according to plan. And so, oh wow, I did not expect that to happen. I'm not good with computers. So that's pretty much going to be the first show. We are going to come to a close here. First off, I want to thank everyone for tuning in. And since I didn't really get a chance to explain really what, I got dry throat, to explain what Behind the Crosshairs is all about, is basically, there's not enough esports coverage on, even in PC world for StarCraft and Call of Duty, anything. No esports has enough coverage of what the people's lives are like outside of the gaming world. So what I plan on doing is all FPS across console. I'm just going to be bringing people in there and really just painting a picture for how they are as, real life people. Everyone only knows them as a gamer, and people's lives outside of gaming are completely different. We saw as, Dersky, I had no idea the kid played soccer. I had no idea, and there's just little things that are interesting, especially with the FPS world. A lot of people are very superstitious about some things, especially when he was talking about how, now I started working out and I got better. I went through a similar thing. It wasn't working out, but I went through a similar thing where I thought, if I do this, for me it's my facial hair. If I grow out my facial hair, I'm a better caster, or I'm better at video games, or, anything like that. And it's just interesting to really dissect each of these pro players and figure out what they are all about. And I think the more we can bring all FPS console games into one union, the better off we're going to be as a whole. I mean, FPS console is going nowhere. Esports is only on the up. But I think it's our time to really just shine and figure out what is going to happen and just come together, all be a fan of one another, and just propel it into the future. Gears of War 3 is an extremely competitive game now. I know everyone has played the past ones and they've been kind of, iffy. But this one, if you've played Halo, if you play Call of Duty, this is definitely a game for you to play. I personally love it, and I'm a big advocate about individual skill being in there. Halo Reach, everyone has their discrepancy with the bloom. I do as well. I don't really want to play a game where I have to pace my shots, but we'll see what happens with that. But regardless, I mean, these guys have been around for so long, some new faces, and I think we owe it to them to really just keep behind them. And then we have MW3 coming out, and most of the Black Ops players, if MLG picks it up, we will see as most of the Black Ops players will just be switching over there, so it's the exact same faces. Yeah, like the guys from Optic, I mean, these guys have huge followings, everyone knows them, and I think the closer we get as a family in the FPS world, the better off we're going to be. When you look at the PC world, you just see so many different things happening at once, and I really think that's going to be the difference. So please tune in. This show is going to be every single Wednesday. At 7 to 8 o'clock. You can tweet me at MLG_Gandhi, and you can send me, hey man, I really want to do an interview with this person, or I would like to see you do an interview with this person. Or could you capture this guy from Call of Duty? I know nothing about Call of Duty, but I would love to get to meet everyone there. So if you have those connections, send them my way. If you just want someone in there, please just let me know, and I will do my best to figure it out. But other than that, that's going to do it. Thank you, Formal, BesT, MaN, Dersky, and drawing blank. Oh, and Insane Predator, the last guy I did. Sorry. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. It was awesome. It was made. You guys kicked ass for doing it, especially because it's really. I had a lot of fun up here and really interesting stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Tomorrow night I'm doing nothing. So if you guys want to play Halo or Gears of War, feel free to just send me a tweet. And we'll get on. We'll do some stuff. I don't have Thursday classes either, so I'll be on tonight. Really, guys, just thanks for tuning in, and that's going to do it for me tonight. Stay tuned, and just let me know what's going on. That's going to do it for Behind the Scenes. Take it easy.